Very good morning to students. Today you are going to learn the second video lecture, Surface Opencast Mining. It is a topic today is Opencast Mining, C18MG Final 2C, different basic concepts about surface. The part today's subtopic is a here mentioned is a list the different geo-mining situations for the open cost designing concepts. Right, coming to the basic objective of the, this topic is particularly what are the geological conditions we are going to be learning here in this complete 1 hour lecture. Is around 45 to 50 minutes lecture is going to explain all the parts of the geological situations and mining situations. What are the feasibility of the this surface mining? Particular different type of farms which are less areas. Let us recap the earlier classes things here. The previous class we learned about the different forms of surface mining. Once you collecting the what are the different type of farms. We well known that surface mining is as a broad word. Within the surface mining, we have the open cost, open pit mining, and another is the dimensional store that is called the popular quarry. And another part of is laser mining, dredging, and hydraulic, and also leaching. The chemical process leaching is there, and borehole mining is also there. These are the different forms you are already learning in the last class. Well, coming to the one by one, is that from open cast and open pit is a popularly using from the sedimentary deposits in coal and iron ores and zinc and also limestones and some also mines. But there is a background is a geo-mining situation is very important. Geo-mining situations is a very that we are going to be learning. So now coming to the basic definition, you know that well known the open pit or open cast mining method is the obvious choice for the property with a wide area of mineralization exposed or existence close to the surface and continuing to greater depths. The open pit exposes the ore body from the surface by separate removal of ore and associated waste rocks. This is the basic definitions. Here we observe that the method is a choice of the property, a choice of the uh, property with a wide area of mineralizations. The exposed area existing close to surface, here we have mentioned clearly. This is a major impact parameter, important parameter. Close to the surface, close to the surface, you have to apply the open cast. And also the continuing the greater depths. Some extent it may be depth is going on inside also. The open pit expose the ore body from surface by separate removal of the ore and associated waste rocks. We have to separate it. This is nothing but the activities you are complete this definition is involved. And then coming to the uh, how the different factors involving this. The open pit mines are used the deposit of commercial useful ore or rocks are found near the surfaces. Open mines are used when the deposits of commercially useful or rocks are found near the surface. It is a generally our economical situations and that human needs. What are the that will be automatically valued in the market. So that may be rock, that may be any useful for the mankind. So it is applied to ore or rock founded at the surface because of the ore body is relatively thin, mostly above crust, what do wastage you call. Sometimes nowadays you also using for the sand preparation or other things. To create an open pit mine, the miners, the mining engineers must determine the information of the ore that's still underneath or under. So otherwise, the how to approach in what dimension is approaching whether we go to depth vertically more important or width wise is more or mm, length wise is more. You must know before the open pit mine. You have to plan the mining engineers, or what are the design engineers must be determine uh, the formation. Here I mentioned determine the formation of that ore in underneath of the uh, that particular location, a particular geographical locations. This is done through drilling, but how you will get it, this information, whether the or gold deposit or iron ore deposit is extended in strike direction this much, extended in the deep side in this much. How will you know? This is the done through drilling probe hole in the ground, then plotted each hole location on a map. The information gained through the holes to provide an idea of the vertical extent of the ore body. Here is clearly mentioned the information how you will get. Generally, we know well-known factor, the story of this formation of deposit. We know the mineral wealth of the AP, called the mineral wealth of Telangana or mineral wealth of India. What is it meaning? The survey of India or geological survey of India, the entire country, they are surveying different 1,000 kilometers once or 100 meters one borehole. They're collecting the information and give the yes, yes, for Nalgonda area they have the uranium deposit, from Kadapa area this much of deposit, and also some Satupelli, the Krishna Ramakrishna, and nearer to the Chittarpudi there will be extended gold deposits, and some Sravanapalli in Singanapalli, we can say Sravanapalli is a new block is identified. Similarly, Maharashtra, Chandrapur is some blocks are. So these are the identification by the geological survey visitor. Later, the which area is falling, they may give to the local that excavated people, that who those who are the companies. It may be private or government. They're taking the lease. Later also, they require the it's the only resource, but how do they provable things, how we will get me again that concern miners start the drilling. They here I mentioned drill bore holes to that particular uh, area of how much it may be, 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer. They are giving a particular bore holes are made by within the nearer bore holes. They collect the depth of the deposit, strike direction of the deposit, and also the deeping of the deposits towards the which direction, and the total resource, and how much waste you have to taken out, and what are the basic structural features, that may be the fault nature of the block, there is a fold nature is there, or any disappearance of the materials also sometime happening. So this everything will be coming from the drilling holes only. Just like simple example, when I go to the person into the hospital, what is they want to do, that's the diagnosis. What is the diagnostic center is doing? The diagnosis center is take the samples from the your body. That means you have to take the injection to the body and collect the blood and analyzing them. So this is a so similar process. We are collecting the samples from the particular area. So the particular area, it may be the depth will get from surface to some area we may get to the 100 meters, some area we may get to 200. That means there is a dipping towards the that direction. So that like the block dimensions you are identified, and also the plot of location of man. These are the you are plotted on the location. So the information gained through the holes, which provide an idea vertical extension of the ore body. This vertical information then used to pit tentative locations of the benches that will occur in the mine. It is important to consider the grade, and also in parallel to the one more thing I have added, particularly in ore body, it is not that much, but sometimes you say that it's a good gold, sometimes it's a poor gold, so inferior grade. We well known that in recently Telangana area, in particular Guduru, in Mahabubad, near Mahabubad, one hill area is have the iron. most of the newspapers or most of the media is there, or most of the people's emphasizing, yes, iron is there, put it to industry there, put it to industry there. Later, what they did, they're giving to the exploration of that particular area to the Singer and Collis Company Limited. They start the drilling and collect the samples and analyze it. That yes, it is not the pure iron, it has infrared nature. That means not the perfectly matching to the our they need the wastage is more and most instead of getting the nature of the formation. You not do nothing is you can improvise it. Salting is in our processing is there, but that is in a quality improving purpose there. But originally it is not infrared. How can be converted waste into the valuables? It's not marketable. Moreover, that plant, those who are plant producing different stainless steels or iron making, the company rejecting the product, they may go to others. So such things will be a big challenge in market again. So the here I mentioned here the very important parameter is the grading and economic value of the ore in a potential pit. Is very important for the any open cast or mine will be going to the grading and economic value. Grade means how to will you get the grade for coal mines in particularly. It is mentioned in the calorific value because it is a fuel. Coal is a fuel. So coal is a fuel such that we will be measured in the 3000 to 4000 kilocalories per ton. It will be mandated from the 2600 to 4000. It will be made by the they're collecting the samples from the different mines. For example, Singer and VK7 they collect, Ilandi they collect, Manugur they collect, Godavari Kani and Mandamar area. They collecting the samples, and we know the powder they collected. The powder will be sent to the laboratory, and in a crucible they are put into the furnaces, and they are identifying the ash content, moisture content, volatile matter, and the ash content. So from this view, they had identified the yes, this is coal is a good. Good means they're giving the a calorific value. Not good means it's not by seeing that good. It's a value giving the calorific. That is not very great. We can have simple observe when I go to the market as I visiting the market. What do? You pick up in the good items. For example, in a ladies' fingers, you have pick up brinjal or a tomato or potato, whichever you're going. You're picking what you're doing, you're picking the good ones. That is called grading. It means you identify the big means you good one you're picking. That is the grading is important. So similarly, in sampling collecting in the mines, they're analyzing then says this is this much calorific value we have LFG giving. So some Manugur area is a good core. It will have that factor is depending upon the other factors, the formation of factors. And also another word I will giving to the economic value of the word. So it is also very important. Marketable if grade is good, but if the market is not there, so that market is all demanding is required. It will be just like example I giving the Gudur area, particularly in Gudur area. Mica is most famous, but fortunately the market, the artificial mica is introducing. So in that way, there what is the need of in the market? We have the valuable minerals there, but artificial market is demanding. This is not economic. Similarly, we can simple example in a cell phones company also. Android. The Android is a technology, best technology for the present. You are utilizing the mobile phones, which is not applications in earlier. The simply Nokia company, then this is phone for the talking purpose. Later on, they're not updated this mobile. So what happened? Simply people are rejected. It's economic. It's not economic. So such things also you have to consider in the while designing of the open pit. This is one of the important factors. Grading and economic values are most and important factor for the considerations into them. Then open pit mine is that produce. Oh, so the number of applications are there. The building material. So we see that nowadays without granite, not house, you cannot see most of the house industries, particularly in the real estate industries. Most of these are highly demanded. The cement. Cement is coming to limestone. We require the raw material. Tiles. They even go to the China clay is required. is depending upon the mining, and also the building material, particularly granite and marbles. These are the, and also dimension stones. The another biggest the challenging in the granite industry, dimension stones. Most of the Nalgonda district and also the Nellakondapalli, Khammam area and Karimnagar is most of the, these are most of the quarries. These are quarries, the limestone, and also they're extracting this method. So see that he overall here you can observe the open pit mine when you go. These are the applications. These are the considerations are also very important factors. We learn this. Learning is important. Now coming to the uh, coming to the different geo-mining situation, different geo-mining situation under which surface mining is. This is a real topic of today. Our as per the topic is concerned. What are the factors? Say, I am giving the during planning and designing of any open pit mine. During planning and designing of any open pit mining, the following factors considered broadly during the planning and design of open pit mining. The following factors to be considered broadly. Number one is the geology. So, what is the mean by geology? So, for example, take this coal. The coal is a formation of the sedimentary deposits underneath. But you know the how to formation. It is a coal is formed in the 400 and 500 or 1,100 years back. All earthquakes cause or flooding causes. All the vegetables are buried inside the high temperature process. Coal is formed. But the geology should be known because geology coal is a formation with the vegetables. So the cut they have the other gases also producing to it. So you have to must know the particular coal deposits is concerned. Similarly, coming to the iron. So already I told the earlier. So in Gudur or something, what you call Mobile area, the iron is infrared rate. Infrared means the low grade. So in such cases, we are going to the take the risk on economical things. So geology is helping there. Geologist is the most important person, particularly in metal mining. When you see the metal mining is concerned, particularly in limestone is generally what are the white can be taken out. That's not the factor. In case of the particular in zinc and copper mines, we have to analyzing is required. Particular vein and load is called, not is sedimentary deposits. It may be associated with other. So the good picking area is very important. Even most of the rare earth minerals, Indian rare earth limestone there placer deposits identification and the particular the character of that location, the geologist role is very important, and also the particular geology of the area. That means I what I tell whether the fault zone is there or fault zone is there, any anticline, signing structural of the particular rock nature and hardness. That is also more hardness you have to learn. Otherwise, the which machine is you applicable that one. It's a, we these are the overall weathering properties. Geology fact is one of the important. The water nature, water table, how much depth is there. These are the some influencing factors of the geology is concerned. So, coming to the next one, assay value and deposit. What is the mean by SI? It already I was told there. What is the mean by SI? SI value. SI value. What is the mean by SI? SI means SI value means what? SI means with what? Generally, SI value is a of the deposit is it is a giving the particular area, the particular part. You will give the one value. So that will the richness of the red one. For example, copper deposits there. So for a particular 1 meter, it will value more and some like that. So this is the SI values giving the deposits in different locations. Not in a, uniformity is not there. For example, Ilan this is very inferior grade. Most of the F grade is coal. Come to Manugur is a good core. So it is a distance between within the 100 to 150 meters variation. A lot of changing happening in the coal deposit. Similarly, in near to near also, near to near also it will be happening. The near to near also it is happening. So coming to the another is a tonnage of ore is also another factor. Tonnages of ore is also the another factor. Um, Tonnage of ore is also another factor. Tonnage of ore is the you are divided into volume. How much it will be? How much weightage of that particular ore. So according to that one, you have to carry forwarding from the because the open cast particular mine, we have to transport the every ore in the containers. That means dumpers or what you call it, excavation machines. The weight, the gravity of specific gravity of that particular mineral is very important to. According to that, you have to design the capacities of the buckets or etc. So this is also one of the important consideration for the is concerned. Now coming to the next point, resource and extents of the resource. Resource and extension of the resource. So what is resource and extension of resource means? Already I told what is I told the means. Resource means this resource will be getting to the particularly Geological Survey of India was given. These are the resources. But in a local, what is the farm going to be extracted? They are taking the uh, map, and also according to that they are giving detailed survey, and they give the borehole data so that this is this much of extension is this is expansion. When you are visiting the any mine, the boat they giving these are the resource, these are the extractable resource means this much of worth of in this much of volume of ore is there. So this term divided by the into or yearly capacity or divided by the monthly capacity or divided by the daily production. So according to that one, they decide the life of the mine also. So resource and external resource also one of the important factor, one of the important and factor of the in conditions of the adopting of method. And coming to the coming to the next point is the another point is the surface topography. The second point is the surface topography. What is it? Surface topography point of view. Surface topography means for example, any open cast mine will be a basin shape. Means subsurface below 100 to 500 meters up to now technologies came. But for getting the small block, you have to excavate to over the area is more because of the maintaining of the haul road. So surface topography, hilly area or within the nearer to the sea level or near to the local any river. These are the surface topographies of importance. Most of the iron ore mines are in hilly areas. For example, Kudramukh Iron Ore Company Limited, they will be trying extracted and their iron ore is really transported by the gravity itself only. So that is a one of advantage. Similarly, some areas, some Godarakani areas, the open cast is near to the Godavari River. There is a important bond is required for any tank is there because any flooding happen, it will be merged into the water. So these are the factors to be surface topography area is very important. Generally by level instruments you are measuring the all the survey points, locations points of the various leveling points. This is called contouring maps you are maintained. These according to contours our methodology will be important. So you have to, this point is one of the important factor while adopting the this method. Next, another point is the mining equipment. This is a very big challenging method. This most of the modernization and expansions of everything will be depending upon the this factor. So, what is the mining equipment? Most of the present generations, our mines are most of 2 million and 3 million, maximum 10 million tons, not more than that in particular in Telangana, Singar and Kolis areas, even NMDC also. But in going to the North India, North Coal India, NCLs have the mining equipment is concerned. Their mines are million, 20 million ton per annum capacity mines. So that means the rate of production you can expect. That means mechanization of the mine is depending on the only machinery. It is the speed of the working, speed of the activity, excavation rate is increasing, peoples are moving in the organization. So these are the influencing factor. So according to that one, according to our mind, for example, Drogland, you would like to, Drogland is one mission for open cast for the particular excavation of the OB. So for example, OB extraction that much emission, so how much your readiness is required, readiness of bench is required, readiness of other bench you have to prepare. And Rockland wants work how much material you cast. Similarly, coming to the shovel 10-meter cube, 14-meter cube capacity they taken. The matching factor of the dumpers also important. Similarly, the haul roads maintenance, this much of equipment you there. So according to that factories also important. So the mining equipment is one of the major role is influencing for the selection of the factor, adopting factor for this. Right. Next, I'm going to the next point. Let's see here. Then next, I go to the next slide. Uh, next, next point is the economic factors. What are the economic factor? Right. Economic factor. What can economic factor means? What are the influencing for economic factor? You put into the, for example, a mine the 100 meters depth. So you simply you can be extract the OB over that one. But in case of the depth is increasing, so wastage is more instead of getting the ore. So these are the economic factor. So next, also the marketable. For 1 ton of the core, present market is 2000 rupees, something you can say. If the excavation rate is 2000, more than 2000, it's not economic. So economic factor is one of the important for the particularly open cast designing aspects. Next, capital expenditure. So another important factor is capital expenditure. Another important factor is the capital expenditure. So this is the most of the modernization of mindset depending. For example, the manual processing, that is shovel dumper company is old method, but you are increasing the uh, just introducing the 100 ton of dumpers and 60 tons to 100 tons, 100 ton to 120 tons, and also the economic situations in, for example, more power plants is established, the government is linking to the projects to the nearby coal mines. So automatically the mines has to be improvised by the uh, technology. So capital expenditure is also one of the important factor, and also the investment. For example, in underground mines recently, the people are going Andriala project. And 800 crores investment is the initial investment. But getting to the profits will be taking more than, and also open cost also. Immediately when you start the mine, it's not getting any single end. The gestation period is almost 5 years. The gestation period means you simply say 5 years it should be happening because of a formation of the box cut and formation of the benches, formation of the OB benches, next coal benches. From coal benches, you can start the production. So from that a point, you have to maintain the capital expenditure is one of the important factor for adopting this open cast method. And also the another point is the type of ore. Another point is the type of ore. So type of ore. What is the main type of ore? Type of ore. Generally, coal is a black in nature. So brown, even lignite mines also, we can be extracted water. But in case of the coming to the zinc and iron, this mine, we can't identify that ore indirectly. It will be angry with the waste or associated with other. So in such case, the nature of it is very important because of we will not go to the gold mines with open cast. The safety point of view also is very important, but it's not possible also. These are very depth in nature. For example, iron ore is most of the iron ore mines area, dust rising is more. In around the socio-economic problem or environmental problem is arising. So in such conditions, you have to take care the which you mine you are going, and also some acid formation is happening. The rainy water or water table disturbed in the mine, that water will be leads to our ore. The ore have the oxidized. The water will be pH value more. That will be entering to the mainstream. The linear peoples are suffering a lot. So type of the ore is under the coal. Coal is also very radioactive. Is not there that much, but the transportation ash content because of the once it will be opened, oxidization happening, fires problems are there. If you go to the granite, most of the granite, the processing units are nearby there. They're cutting the granites and disposing that wastage to the in around that area. So you see the wherever go, the particular mining area, some dusty in environment, and thus the dust also which type, which type ore is it coming? These are the grown in mind for going to the open pit mining. And go to the another important factor, the most open cost mine is a depending, that is a stripping ratio. Stripping ratio is the one of the important factor. Here, stripping ratio means stripping OB versus and our ore. This called stripping. This is the most influence factor. Most of the mines are 1 is to 3, 1 is to 4, 1 is to, or 1 is to 14. But depending upon our mechanization and technology, stripping ratio is depending. More stripping ratio is not economical. Economical stripping ratio is most important. The simple word you can say the volume of OB removal in meter cube versus tons in uh, coal. That's a meter cube. This is a tons. This is a basic ideology. This is a basic ideology in the stripping ratio. Most of the you can calculate our output versus and this one. And another factors here you mentioned here is the another factors will also the influencing the selection of open cast mine. There's a bench height. There's a bench height is another factor. Width and road grading. These also the important factors. These also very important factors for adapting of the uh, um, adapting of open cast mine. Bench height, width, and road grade. So these are the actually operating parameters you can say. At what one, for example, if your bench height is more, automatically your over that one your drill is working. So if your bench work is 14 meters, your depthing of rate is also so drill capacity also heavy drill is required. For example, width is more, height is more, it should be width is also more. So otherwise the haul roads will be falling. And road gradients, our vehicles, dumpers are is a suitable gradient to reach the without any zero accidents to maintain is important. Another is hydrogeological conditions. Hydrogeological conditions is one of the best factors, one of the major factors in hydrogeological means weathering, particularly temperature is one of the main factors, and also the water nature, seepage water as well as rainy waters, and other geological conditions means the faults, forts, and the nature of the rock nature, weathering properties, petrological properties. These will be the influencing the other important factor for the this is concerned. Coming to the another important factor is the marketing. Marketing. Well, this is a everything is very surprising, not surprising. Marketing is a uh, For example, when Jammu and Kashmir, the coal mine is there, but power plant is in Bhadrachalam area. How they transport it? How do they market it? There is a restrictions are there. So our product and the acceleration is a the coal linkage projects are very important. Marketing is a most of the coal mines is suitable by the linkage project. It's called the coal linkage project. For example, in a synchron call list, take as a one example for this explanation purpose. I taking the examples of synchron call list. We this is as a largest more than nearer to 70 million tons of coal is producing. Recently, after formation of Telangana 2014, there is a new almost three major hydro thermal power stations are established by the government of Telangana in various locations of the state. One is a Damarcharla near Nalgonda. Another is a Bhadradri Kottagudem district. Two more power plants are established. One is the Bhadradri power plant, another is Kottagudem thermal power stations. These are the more than 800 megawatts projects. But the gestation periods they are started in 14 and they expected in 17, 18. Almost 9 to 2020. The most of the one of the power plant is coming to the synchronized to the usage. But before that synchronizing, they need the raw material is a coal. Where do they collecting? Not only that one. So our minds are ready for the giving to the that much. The per day the one 800 megawatts in Palavancha KTPS is required, but 10,000 tons. So can you imagine how much coal will be required for monthly. Moreover, at least the ad have to maintain the 1 month or 2 months in a ad. Otherwise, also if any strike of the people, for example, Singapore call is going, the people are suddenly strike, they are unable to supply. So automatically all ancillaries equipment, ancillary businesses will be fall down. So in such case, very challenging that marketing of it's another general manager of marketing and a GM of the marketing. They are looking for the always business things. How to the our product will be marketing to the in and around auxiliary industries. Generally, we see the statisticals of the our product mobile products. You can be easily understand how the marketing. Generally, our coal, particularly in Kottagudda Thermal Power Station and power plants, will be major stakeholders in the mines is concerned. And not only that one, there are some of area, for example, in Vijayawada Thermal Power Station, also the coal required is there. They are transporting them, and Ramagundam area, particularly NTPC is a completely a linkage to the RG1, RG2 area because it's a national project. Most of the 20-25% of the power will be nationwide they are utilizing. So our most of the coal will be Ramagundam. That is the resource is ours and used in the national purpose. So such a way that marketing of our product is one of the major thing. The linkage of the marketing is always coming to the uranium also in Kadapa district uranium mines, Jaduguda area, and also iron. Most of the iron mines in the Ballari area and Bailadila, and these are the linkages to the nearer by the projects. So marketing is one of the aspects. They will be it's a management to part of looking their product how to sell and how to improvising is one important. So now these are the points, total points. I hope that you have covered here. Once you really collecting these are the points are very important to before adopting the uh, our so once I have to repeat again, these are the points. Number one, geology is one of the important factor. Tonnage of ore, SA value of ore deposit is a second point. Resource and extent of ore resource and extent of ore resource, and surface topography, mining equipment. And coming to next, economic factor, capital expenditure, type of ore, stripping ratio, bench height, width, and road gradient, and hydrogeological conditions and marketing. So when a different these are the factors to any open cost mine you have to go into establishing, going to start these factors you brought into mind to adapting the these things. Now I'm going to concluding the these decisions. So we discuss about the different geo-mining situations under which surface mining is adapted. Today we are complete. I hope you are all are understanding the what are the major factors influencing the adapting of the this type of maintain. These all factors your brown mind when you are open pit open cast mining is adapting. These are the things. These are the points you have to brown in mind. So now I giving to some quiz questions. You can prepare for the ESET examination as well as any competitive examinations. I'm going to call this. This is very useful. I give simple one question I would like to ask into you. In open pit mining, which of the following factors considered broadly? One second, I repeating. In open pit mining, which of the following factors considered broadly? Number one, the multiple choice question. Number one, geology. Number two, SA value of the deposit. Number three, surface topography. Above all, so open pit, which the factor consideration of which factors are broadly. So as per our lesson is concerned, we see the all the factors are here there. That's the geology you have to consider. SA value of the deposit you are considered. Surface topography also you consider. So the answer for the this question is a they called as a fourth is our answer. This is a our answer. So such type of quiz questions also try to prepare for attending the forthcoming ESET examination or your competitive examinations. So JMET, Junior Mining Engineer, Singapore College, or any Western Coalfield, they conduct examinations. So this type of bits also they are asking. So I am giving here, and I would like to give some more assignments, some more assignment for preparation of your diploma examinations for writing the examinations. So here I'm giving the list the different geo mining situations under which surface mining is adopted. So what are the factors is given. Briefly write each um, factor and briefly what I will explain there. I am giving the one silent features here, but you will explain the each point. Each point. This is the these factors is helpful. This one. These factors. These are the influencing. You have to write the answers for that. It will helpful to the your more thorough in the particular topic. Next, I am going to the concluding the and Avish, and thank you very much for your listening. This is I hope that all the students will understanding the geo-mining situations, geo-mining situations of for adopting of the in the open pit mining designing. Hope that these factors will be clearly understand from the geology to the marketing. Each factor have its own important and also more also your consideration is required. Otherwise, our project, our mind will be going to be trouble in coming socio-economic situations, the environmental point of view, or sometime most of the you see the particular example in Satupelli area because of the they are not considering the public hearing. What are the they have to participants nearby peoples. So you are giving the assurance. Yes, our open pit mining will be consider these factors. We not any affecting to the in around society as well as profitable to the management. You have to both. You have to satisfaction is required, either management as well as the society. So such projects will be encourageable. So geo mining situation. I hope all are understanding the geo mining situation under which adapting for the surface mining. This we will do. I will going to repeating the 1 second slides. You see once at a glance to the all the slides. At glance, see the all the slides once again. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am going to stop here. Thank you very much.